I hope you're doing well today. Got a very important video for you. Now, I don't have an instrument, but this is very important for any player of any instrument, okay? This video is going to be about 3 big mistakes to avoid when you're trying to memorize any song, okay? I've stressed to you the importance of actually memorizing the song, right? We musicians, when we play a song, we really live in that song, okay? And you need to do that. The more you do that, the more free and expressive you will get within that song, to the point where you don't play that song the same twice. Really, you just don't. I have people sometimes that'll, remark on that to me. You are not playing this like your tab. And boy, I tell you, that's one of the toughest things for me to do at this point, because based on how I'm feeling or what's going on or just what my fingers want to do, I'll play that song differently almost every time I play it. There will be similarities, which obviously there are, to make it that song. Now, before I get into this video, I'd like to remind you to hit that subscribe down below. My little thing on my analytics says that over 70% of y'all are not subscribed. So please do me that favor of hitting that subscribe button so we can grow this channel, okay? All right, so number 1, this is the absolute biggest mistake I see people making when they're trying to memorize a song. They don't listen to the song, okay? And you may be going, but I'm serious. So many people will just take a piece of tab and say, I'm going to memorize this song. Yep. What is this thing called? Oh, well, I don't have a clue what it sounds like, but I'm going to try to memorize it. That's a mistake, I tell you. That's a biggie, all right? Take some time, okay? And I like to think of it like a good stew on the counter, okay? That thing takes time to taste good. It's not going to taste good right away. It takes time. All that stuff's got to intermingle. And, it gets so good, right? But it takes time. So what you have to do is pick your song that you want to learn, whatever it is. I don't care. On any instrument, doesn't matter. Listen to the song. Listen to it on any instrument. Listen to it on multiple instruments. Listen to bands playing it. It doesn't matter how much time, just take some time. Get that melody and that tune of that song rolling around in your little noggin, okay? That's important. That will help you when you go to learn and memorize the song, okay? So that is a huge one. I cannot stress that enough. And, the people who have no patience and just want to fly through everything are never going to understand this. And I just don't know how to stress it more than this. This is very important, okay? Just like our ear training is important, okay? Just trust me here. Learn the song. Learn that melody of the song to where you can hum it, sing some of the, chorus or something, and just da-da-da-da-da-da. You've got it in your head a little bit. You're humming it. Then go try to learn how to play it. All right? Number 2. This is another big one, okay? You try to learn the whole song the first go. Now, this is another one of these, it seems obvious to me just because I've been doing it quite a while, I guess. But when you're trying to memorize something, let's say you're going to memorize your favorite Bible verse or a poem or anything, okay? Do you memorize a big, long list of stuff, or do you memorize it in chunks? What do you think would be easier to memorize? Well, you're right. Little chunks are much, much better, much easier to memorize, okay? So we do that with our song. It's no big deal. A lot of songs, not all, but a lot will have an A part and a B part, or a verses part and a chorus part, stuff like that, right? You'll have parts that are different, okay? So you can break it down there, but you can go even further, and I suggest to you that that's what you want to do. So you have that A part or that verses part, and you have that chorus part. You may have 3 or 4 sections to a song. You're going to do the same thing regardless, okay? You're going to break it down in little sections, all right? So let's take, I'm just throwing this out here as a number, 4 measures, okay? Usually that's one line, 4 measures, right? Break it down into that to start with, okay? So play through those 4, play through those 4, play through those 4, play through those 4. And I mean over and over and over again until you can slowly play through that, okay? And I'm not talking necessarily about tab here. Now, if you're using tab, that's fine. Use that tab and learn that first 4 measures. If you're doing it by ear, learn that first line of, the first line or 2 of the words of the song that you're applying to your instrument. It's a strange noise there. But, so you just break it into sections. If you need to break it into a smaller section than that, do so, okay? I get people all the time who want to make this more difficult than it is. Just break it down into sections. Pick whatever section you like, okay? Break it down into those sections. Now, this brings a little subcategory up. I'm not counting this as a number, but it's going to be part of number 2 here, where you're not, you're trying to memorize the whole thing. Okay, so a lot of times there'll be a part of a song that you pick up pretty quickly, okay? Then there's that sticky section that's a little hard. A lot of people tend, because it's more fun, I think, they tend to just want to do that section that they're good at and woohoo, yeah, that's fun, okay? And they concentrate on that and they sort of gloss over that sticky part. Then they'll go to that next section that's fun too, and run through it. Okay, but the problem is when they go to play that song, what do you think happens? It goes, oh yeah, the first part of that song, yeah. Oh, the sticky part. Oh, I'm all herky-jerky now. Okay, so break it into sections. Do each section until you are slow, but have it up here to where you don't have to look at anything anymore, and you can just go ba 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 ba, whatever the song may be, until you can consistently go through it. And then you add another section to that. So you work on that next section. And then when you're done working on that section, you add in that first section that you're already pretty good at. You've already been doing it a few times. You're slow at it still. You haven't spent weeks on it or anything like that, but you're slow at it still, but you're confident that, hey, I remember that. Okay, I'm running through that. Then you add that next section to where you're playing 2 sections together. Then you add another section where you go through that section, go through that section, go through that section. Then, boom, boom, go through all 3 sections. And we just add to it, okay? Now, this is not drilling. That is a little bit different thing there, and I have a video on that. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch my memorization videos and different things. All this stuff builds upon each other, okay? All right, the number 3 thing. The number 3 biggest mistake people make is not spending enough time in the song, okay? People ask me all the time, how long should it take me to learn this song? I have no idea how long it should take you to learn that song. I'm not you, okay? It takes however long it takes. That's how long. That's exactly how long. Don't worry about it too much. Don't compare yourself to other people. And this is your journey. Make it enjoyable for you. You're not on a clock, okay? So take the time that it takes you to memorize that song. Now, I've said before, every song you play is not going to be one you memorize and live with, okay? It's not. Because you might play a song and after a little while realize, you know, I just don't, that's not my favorite song. I'm just going to let that one go and add another one in its place for my repertoire of songs that I have up here, you know. So yeah, I hope, I sincerely hope that you will take heed of some of this and do it, because it'll make you a better player overall. You know, the more songs you have that you have memorized, the more fun this is going to be for you. You don't want to be constantly learning a song every time you pick up your instrument to play it, right? Yes, you're constantly improving and learning, but you also want to pick up your instrument to play it at times. And you don't want to have to play it with a crutch. You want to play it and be expressive with it, right? Okay. I hope you've got something out of this and enjoyed it. Before I go, I always want to remind you that Jesus loves you. Bye-bye, y'all.